So I was watching a sermon, and the preacher was talking about an interesting topic. He was talking about people coming to church, fidgeting, moving around, walking around and stuff. And he was saying people should stay completely still and not move around like that. Now, I can understand a little bit his complaint. If you go in a church, it doesn't really make sense for you to be there if you're not going to pay attention to the sermon. So I get that. I'm not quite certain that I agree with this idea of people sitting completely still for long periods of time and not moving and all that. Man, um, I was reading an article and it was saying that when you sit down for long periods of time, that basically your brain thinks it's time to go to sleep. Okay, yeah, think your brain thinks it's time to go to sleep if you just sit there for long periods of time. I don't think that's natural, man. And I don't think most people can't do that. Let me tell you something. What I do now, I get up sometimes when I want to pray, and I go for a walk, and I pray while I'm walking. Okay. Sometimes I get off work and I go for a walk and I pray. I'm not good at just sitting on my knees praying. I mean, I have no problems doing it, but I'll be honest with you. A lot of times when I do it, I fall asleep. Okay. When I was younger and I would pray on my knees, sometimes I would fall asleep. Okay. Sometimes when I get up and I want to read the Bible or whatever, I get on the treadmill, man, or the exercise bike and read my Bible while I'm doing it. Or I watch gospel programs while I'm on the exercise bike or the treadmill. Sometimes I come home and watch a gospel program. I cut it up loud and I lift weights and work out. Okay. That has really helped me. It's helped me a lot. Okay. I can't do that just sitting down on one spot for long periods of time. And it's not just, the gospel or God's word. When I go to the movie theaters now, man, I fall asleep on a lot of the movies. And some of them are crap. But to be honest with you, just sitting there for an hour and a half, 2 hours or whatever, long period of time, you can't move. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. And I suspect a lot of other people are not good at that as well. Okay. It's just better when you're physically moving, you're doing something, you're moving, you got that adrenaline going. That actually helps you concentrate. Now I know what I'm about to say here. It may sound off the wall, it may sound even crazy. What if some of these preachers, okay, put treadmills in some of these churches and put turn the had a good sound system, a PA system or whatever, so people can hear them and let them work out while listening to them preach, or exercise bike or something. I know that might sound kind of off the wall, but man, I don't know why does worshiping Jesus Christ and exercising, why do those have to be two separate things? Why can't you do those things at the same time? You know, why can't you do those things at the exact same time? Okay. I used to sit down and play video games a lot. I still like to play video games. Sometimes I cut the sound off on the game and I watch a gospel program. Okay. I have my computer on listening to a gospel program while I'm playing a video game. That helps me. I used to listen to like very short little gospel programs. Now I can sit up there and listen to a gospel program that lasts an hour and a half. Okay. Because doing something, moving around, it helps me stay awake. When you're playing those games, man, you're tracking the movement of your character. You're tracking the other characters that are interacting with your character. You're moving your hands. You're doing something. You're physically doing something. It really does help me. Um, you know, I know some people may not agree with that. Oh, you just want an excuse to play video games? Not really. Like I said, I get up and I pray. I go for a walk and pray. Get on the treadmill, exercise bike. I lift weights. I'm reading the Bible. Listening to gospel music. That really helps me. Yeah, I don't think the human body is just good, man, at just sitting there. And I'm not saying, these sermons that these guys are preaching are boring or nothing. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. But this preacher wasn't just talking about, people just paying and not paying attention. He was just like, hold completely still, don't move. No, man, I don't think most people can do that. Like I said, it's just a thought. But I feel like anything that helps you get closer to Jesus Christ is a good thing. Okay. And like I said, I know some people don't care for video games. You don't got to play the games. like I said, I get up there sometimes and watch gospel programs. I get on an exercise bike, or I get on a treadmill, okay, or I listen to gospel programs or preaching, or you know, or whatever, while I'm on the exercise bike, treadmill, lifting weights. It helps you get closer to God. I think it's a good thing. Like I said, it may be off the wall to some people, but that's what I would do. That's what I think some of these preachers should do. Okay, they're just sitting there, man. They're just sitting there like a robot. That don't work with a lot of people. And I don't think that's going to work for a lot of people. Like I said, I know it's an off the wall idea, but why not? Why can't you worship the Lord and get in shape at the same time? I don't know, maybe that's too radical for a lot of people, but that's what I've been doing. I've been going for walks. I've been getting on an exercise bike, treadmill, lifting weights. Like I said, about watching these gospel programs, reading the Bible, listening to gospel music. I'm going to keep doing that. Just a thought.